The article analyzes the political landscape in India, questioning whether the current system is characterized by BJP dominance or Narendra Modi's personal dominance. While some doubt BJP's dominance due to its limited presence in southern and eastern India, the party's widespread popularity is acknowledged. The absence of strong state leaders is seen as a weakness, reminiscent of the Congress party's past errors. The article suggests that the BJP's dominance is more ideological than personality-driven, citing the lack of a clear alternative from the Congress. Despite challenges, the BJP's sustained ideological appeal, particularly in Hindutva, contributes to its continued dominance.
As India prepares for COP28, the article emphasizes the critical link between climate change and public health. India's vulnerable health systems are directly impacted by climate change, leading to increased sickness and death, altered nutrition, and heightened climate-induced stress. The rising global temperature, surpassing the agreed-upon 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, poses a severe threat, with extreme weather events expected to disrupt food security and livelihoods. Climate change exacerbates India's existing double burden of communicable and non-communicable diseases, affecting vectors, pathogens, and mental health. Urbanization, especially in unplanned areas, intensifies health risks. Mitigation efforts must address both direct and indirect health impacts, emphasizing better urban planning, green initiatives, and public health interventions. Global, regional, and local actions are crucial, necessitating a comprehensive approach to address climate change's health implications.
The latest United Nations report, titled Broken Record, warns that the world is failing to address the consequences of rising greenhouse gas emissions, GHG. Despite commitments made under the Paris Agreement, the report indicates a likely overshoot of 2.5 degrees Celsius to 2.9 degrees Celsius by the century's end. To stay below 2 degrees Celsius, emissions must be cut by 28% by 2030, and for 1.5 degrees Celsius, a 42% reduction is necessary. The report deems promises of net zero emissions by many countries as not credible, with only a 14% chance of meeting the 1.5 degrees Celsius target. Despite some progress, global emissions in 2022 increased by 1.2%, nearing pre-pandemic levels.
The Punjab and Haryana High Court has rightly struck down the Haryana State Employment of Local Candidates Act, 2020, which mandated 75% job reservation for state domiciles in the private sector for salaries below 30,000 rupees. The court ruled that the state lacked authority to restrict private employers from hiring outside the region, deeming the act violative of constitutional equality and freedom guarantees. Similar legislation in Andhra Pradesh and Jharkhand faces constitutional scrutiny. While addressing local job concerns is crucial, the article suggests protecting workers' rights by ensuring fair treatment for migrants rather than resorting to protectionist measures that may hinder economic growth.
The Philippines is turning to Japan and India for development and security collaboration, abandoning Chinese-led projects. Under President Marcos Jr., the Philippines aims to secure sovereignty against China's claims in the West Philippine Sea. Japan is a significant investor and source of aid for the Philippines, with growing strategic ties, while India's relationship is advancing, including an MOU between their coast guards. Southeast Asian countries, amid US-China competition, view Japan and India as top alternative partners. The India-Japan Special Strategic Partnership aligns against an assertive China, offering potential for third-country cooperation models in the Indo-Pacific.
Two recent accidents involving buses from the Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation, APSRTC, highlight challenges facing the public sector giant. Issues include a fund crunch, staff shortages, and infrastructure problems hindering the network's growth. Financial losses, however, are decreasing, dropping from 6,445 crore rupees in 2019 to 3,275 crore rupees. The APSRTC operates 10,904 buses daily, connecting 14,123 villages on 1,423 routes, carrying 40 lakh passengers. Amid challenges like fuel prices and rising staff costs, officials emphasize the need to increase the RTC fleet size and address policy-level reforms for the state transport sector's resilience.
The Indian Railways has been replacing sleeper and second-class coaches with AC coaches, impacting travel affordability and reservation probabilities. In 2019 to 20, AC coaches passenger share rose from 3.6% to 7.8%, while second class decreased from 85.3% to 76.5%. Reserved passengers in AC coaches increased by 9.8%, and second class share dropped by 6.6%. Affordability concerns arise as the average rate for AC 3-tier increased by 33 paise per kilometer in the past decade, compared to sleeper classes' 17.4 paise increase. These changes aim to address the Indian Railways' poor operating ratio, worsened by the pandemic.
The OECD report revealed that economically developed countries missed their commitment to mobilize $100 billion annually for climate mitigation and adaptation in 2021. Developed nations mobilized $89.6 billion, with adaptation finance dropping by 14% from 2020. The report, crucial ahead of COP28, highlights challenges in defining climate finance, concerns about loans exacerbating debt stress, and issues with the new and additional finance clause. The OECD suggests de-risking with government intervention to involve the private sector effectively. Developing countries are estimated to require $1 trillion annually by 2025, overshadowing the unmet $100 billion goal.
The article explores Indian materialism, a philosophical system that asserts the primacy of matter. Originating in ancient India with Lokyata and other schools, materialism challenges religious dogma and emphasizes empirical observation. Materialists rejected dualism, asserting the body and self are one, anticipating needs. Consciousness, they argued, is a physical phenomenon rooted in the brain. Despite its historical significance, materialism faces misconceptions, painted as hedonic or foreign. The article seeks to shed light on its rich philosophical tradition, challenging preconceptions surrounding materialism's role in shaping worldviews. This is the first part of a two-part series on Indian materialism.
The article discusses the challenges India faces in transitioning away from coal for sustainable development. Fossil fuels, including coal, contribute significantly to India's energy mix, ensuring a stable and affordable electricity supply. With only 11.5% of electricity from variable renewable sources, coal-fired thermal power plants, TPPs, dominate, meeting 74.3% of India's electricity needs. The high ash content in Indian coal poses efficiency and environmental issues. The article suggests focusing on efficient TPP operation, increasing nuclear energy, enhancing storage capacity, and deploying cleaner coal technologies to balance energy security with long-term sustainability goals, including achieving net zero emissions by 2070.
Solar and lunar eclipses do not occur during every new moon and full moon due to the inclination of the moon's orbit to the ecliptic, the plane of Earth's orbit around the sun. The 5-degree angle allows the moon to pass either above or below the sun. Eclipses happen when the moon is near the line of nodes, where its orbit intersects the ecliptic. As the nodes move along the orbit, which takes about 19 years, eclipses only occur when the moon is close to one of these points, not on every new moon or full moon day.